They're back my pomegranate clump, which is actually a number of seedlings all bunched together in the hope that they'll all fuse at the base and turn into a sort of multi-trunk tree. It's been growing like this for the last couple of years and it's doing okay. It looks a little crowded in there, but still very much in development. If I pull back you can see the whole thing. It's just like a little ball of foliage, so it's nothing special. But the focus for now is to get the trunks to fuse, so I'm not really worried if it's a bit messy and looks like a ball of leaves right now. This tree actually lives outside all year round, and while it's happy enough, you can really see it's so much slower than the one I keep inside under the grow light. That one is just insane how fast it can grow. But this one here is in a decent sized pot. Well, it could be bigger, but it's not tiny, so I'm sure that will help with the fusion. Anyway, in September it'll be slowing down for the winter. Just like everything else I own, it didn't really go crazy with growth last summer, but did alright. It remained healthy, which is all that matters, and over the next few months you'll start to see the leaves start to turn yellow and drop off. It doesn't really put on an amazing display, but it's alright. You can see what I'm talking about here in October. Some of them have fallen off, some are still green and others are kind of yellow looking. It's not awful, it's not the worst, it's just also not the best. By November it's fully dormant and we can see what's going on. It looks a little weird right now, but I think there's a lot of potential here. As long as those trunks fuse, we should end up with a pretty cool multi-trunk tree. But I think it has many years of development ahead of it first. But so far I'm happy enough with it. In February I'm trying to prune it back, but I'm trying to show you here that there is like multiple shoots from one place. So you can sort of see here there's two shoots. It'll probably make more sense when I remove one. One of them is small and skinny, and the other is a little more developed and seems to divide into more branches. So of course it makes sense to keep that one and remove the skinny one. But that's a problem you'll find all over the tree. Or you'll end up with things like this here, where there's 4 in one spot. But this is a weird camera angle. Let me zoom back out, then you can watch me go through the tree here. I usually start by getting rid of those unwanted extra shoots. Pomegranate is pretty bad for the multiple shoots compared to some other species. It's a little annoying, but it's easy to deal with. After that, I just prune back whatever's left, if it needs it. I didn't have to make any big cuts, there was nothing too bad with it. Although I do think this tree is a little crowded with branches, but it's alright for now. It might end up reducing things in the future, but as I'm trying to fuse a trunk, the more branches the better. Although I can't really let it be ridiculous, which is why I removed all those extra shoots. But you see afterwards, there's not too much change. It just looks a little shorter all over. In March it hasn't woken up yet, but that's normal. It does take a while for this one to get going. In April, there's still not much going on. If you're watching this on a big screen, you might be able to see some little red bud tips starting to form. So I think it's doing something. In May, those buds are swelling a lot more now, and it's the perfect time to repot. Well, what I'm going to do is look at the roots and see what's what. It's been in this pot for a while, so I think I should take a peek. But first I need to get rid of all this annoying liverwort stuff. It's really ugly. It usually appears if the soil is too wet, which is another reason why I want to see what's going on inside this pot. I'm just going to pull it out and see what's going on. If it doesn't look too root bound, I'm going to leave it. I have actually planted the trees through a bottle top in the hope it sort of air layers itself in the soil. So the longer I can leave that area alone, the better. But I'm worried just the main pot may be jam-packed with roots. The moment of truth. Okay, so there's actually plenty of space in there. I'm actually quite surprised by that. There's a lot of roots, but there's still plenty of space for more. So this won't be getting repotted today. It's just going to go straight back in the pot and that's it, minus the liverwort. So that was an easy operation. Nothing like my normal root attacks. In June it's in leaf and it's looking happy enough, which is always good to see. And here we are now, where it's doing great. Hopefully it keeps going that way for the rest of the season. Thanks for watching, see you next time.